And with time a factor here late, he'll just take surrender to double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Back to throw. The clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Shedding through the defense. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 7. Will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And a completion to Wilson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in the second half. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Pass interference. Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 88 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Down inside the 40.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up the 3rd down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. They'll look to throw. Open man here is Gentry. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Defensively now, the ultimate challenge. Of course, the ball gets in the end zone. This thing's over.
And I remember my coaches always talked about in goal line situations, and now you're in overtime where they have to keep them to 3 points. Otherwise, this thing is done. Win your individual battle within the framework of the team defense. Beat that guy across from you and make a play. I expect them to attack on defense and not sit back.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. And stolen this one in overtime. So it's a win here for the L.A. Chargers, and it was all thanks to the play of their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, some of these DBs are going to be tossing and turning tonight, partner. He really had their number. Wound up with well over 300 yards passing and 2 touchdowns to boot.
So for L.A., they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Colts, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
It's Week 7 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see Kenneth Walker. He did it all for him last week. An absolute ton of yardage with a touchdown on top of it. It's the 49ers and the Packers on Sunday night.
We are about 40 miles or so south of battle here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers.
Signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the one interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he's probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Come on, dog!
It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry.
Still first down.
The officials did as well.
Play. Zero. The way to start a drive.
Delay of game, Austin.
They were already.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up next, we'll see Kenneth Walker. He did it all for him last week. An absolute ton of yardage with a touchdown on top of it. It's the 49ers and the Packers on Sunday Night Primetime.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, as always. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening.
Take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Boy, that was pretty. Sidestepping defenders on his way to a pickup of 9 yards. And, oh, boy, nobody wants to see this. That's the running back, Kenneth Walker, who appears to be injured. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll drop to throw. There's a short one taken in by Otten. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
They'll set up to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Throwing on first down.